4 fishes you should never touch and 4 you must eat daily if you are over 60. They've sold you alive for decades, wrapped in sea salt, sealed in plastic, and labeled heart healthy. The global fish industry is now a trillion-dollar empire, raking in obscene profits while quietly pushing products that could be wrecking your joints, fogging your memory, and even damaging your nerves. And guess who they target most? Seniors. People over 60 are the #1 consumers of fish for health reasons. But what they're not told is this: many of the fish sold today are not only stripped of nutrients, but they're also raised in toxic cesspools, shot up with antibiotics, or contaminated with heavy metals like mercury and cadmium. And the worst part? These same fish are labeled safe and clean by regulatory loopholes that protect the profits, not your body. In this video, we're tearing back the curtain. We'll expose the 4 worst fish that seniors over 60 should never eat, and then reveal the 4 best seafoods you should eat daily instead, ranked from number 4 to number 1. Stick around, because number 3 on this list isn't just harmful. It's marketed as one of the healthiest options on Earth, despite being linked to memory loss, inflammation, and hormone disruption in clinical studies. We've dug deep into peer-reviewed science, global food export data, and nutritional biochemistry. And every single reference is linked below in the description. The fish industry does not want you to see this. But before we dive in, tell us, where are you watching from? We're reading and replying to every single comment. Now, without any further ado, let's start with number 4 on the list of fish seniors should never touch, because the truth behind this safe choice is dirtier than you think. Number 4. Tilapia. Meet Harold, 72. Every Friday for years, Harold enjoyed a grilled tilapia sandwich at his local diner. It was light, affordable, and seemed healthy. But gradually, he noticed his knees ached more. His belly felt puffier, and his energy dropped faster after lunch. His doctor brushed it off as aging, but a nutritionist took one look at his food diary and raised an eyebrow. "You're eating what fish every week?" What Harold didn't know was that tilapia, especially the farmed kind sold in most stores, might be one of the worst fish choices for seniors trying to stay strong, mobile, and mentally sharp. Here's the truth. While tilapia is low in mercury, that's about the only thing going for it. Farmed tilapia is often raised in overcrowded pens with poor quality feed, which dramatically alters its fat composition. Instead of being rich in heart-healthy omega-3s like salmon, tilapia is loaded with omega-6 fatty acids, especially arachidonic acid. And why does that matter? Because excess omega-6s trigger inflammation throughout your body. In fact, a 2010 Wake Forest University study found that the omega-6 content in farmed tilapia was 10 times higher than in wild salmon and could actually worsen conditions like arthritis, heart disease, and even asthma. For seniors already battling joint pain or brain fog, that's a dangerous cocktail. Tilapia's poor nutritional profile also means it doesn't help rebuild muscle mass or improve bone strength, 2 things older adults desperately need. Add to that the widespread use of antibiotics in tilapia farming, especially in imports from China and Southeast Asia, and you've got a fish that may weaken your immune system while inflaming your joints. If you're taking medications like corticosteroids or blood pressure pills, this low-grade inflammation can worsen side effects or make your medication less effective. The good news? You don't have to ditch seafood altogether. Just ditch the tilapia. Replace it with wild-caught options that actually feed your joints, muscles, and brain without lighting a fire in your tissues. But this next one, it's even more dangerous and far more common on American dinner tables. Number 3. Swordfish. Swordfish might look majestic on your plate, thick, meaty, and high protein enough to seem like a smart choice. But for seniors, this fish is a silent memory killer. It's one of the most mercury-dense fish in the ocean, and mercury doesn't just disappear after you eat it. It builds up. And where does it do the most damage? Your brain. Let's pause on that and meet Elaine, 69. She loved swordfish steaks and cooked them at least twice a week. She thought she was doing her heart a favor, But after just a few months, she started forgetting where she left things: her glasses, keys, even her grocery list. Her doctor initially blamed it on normal aging, but blood tests told another story. Her mercury levels were sky high. Elaine was shocked. She switched to safer seafood, and within weeks, the fog began to lift. Her memory wasn't perfect, but her family noticed the difference. Here's why this matters. Mercury is a neurotoxin. It attacks your central nervous system, and it's especially harmful to older brains where protective barriers like the blood-brain barrier weaken with age. A 2012 study published in Environmental Health Perspectives found that adults with higher mercury exposure performed significantly worse on memory and cognition tests. And swordfish. It can contain mercury levels up to 0.995 parts per million, nearly 3 times the FDA's safe threshold for pregnant women and children. Seniors aren't even considered in that limit. Even worse, mercury binds tightly to tissues. That means if you're eating swordfish weekly, your levels can accumulate fast, especially since it takes months to fully clear from your body. This buildup can worsen tremors, muscle weakness, and memory lapses. It can also make conditions like Parkinson's and Alzheimer's more aggressive. But the next fish? It's one many people think is clean and even weight loss friendly, but seniors should be especially careful. Number 2. Salmon. Salmon has been marketed as the ultimate superfood, brain-boosting, heart-healing, anti-aging magic on a plate. And that can be true, but only if it's wild-caught. Most seniors don't realize that over 80% of salmon sold in supermarkets today is farm-raised, and the difference between the two is massive and dangerous. Take Barbara, 74. She was told to eat more omega-3s, so she started grilling salmon twice a week. "I thought I was doing everything right," she said, but within a few months, she noticed something strange. Her ankles were puffier, her energy dipped, and her skin looked dull. After some digging, she realized the salmon she was buying was farmed, and the label didn't even make that clear. It wasn't until she switched to wild-caught sockeye that her symptoms began to reverse. Here's the problem. Farmed salmon is often fed a high-fat, grain-based diet that leads to up to 5 times more omega-6 fats than wild salmon. That flips the anti-inflammatory benefits upside down, fueling systemic inflammation that weakens joints, ages the skin, and stiffens blood vessels. A study in the Journal of Nutrition showed that seniors consuming farmed salmon had significantly higher blood levels of linoleic acid, a pro-inflammatory fat, compared to those eating wild salmon. Worse, farmed salmon are dyed pink using synthetic pigments to mimic the natural color of wild fish. Some are also treated with antibiotics and chemicals like ethoxyquin, used to preserve fish meal but banned in human food in the U.S., which can accumulate in fatty tissue. Always choose wild-caught salmon, preferably Alaskan sockeye or coho. They swim freely, eat a natural diet, and have a far superior nutrient profile. Yes, it's pricier, but your heart, joints, and brain will thank you. But this next fish, it's cheaper, more common, and often served in senior facilities. And yet, a shocking study found it raises toxic exposure levels in the blood by up to 120%. Let's talk about that next. But before we continue, if you have been enjoying the video so far, hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon so you don't miss more videos like this. Number 1. Caviar. Caviar might seem like an elegant indulgence reserved for luxury dinners or special occasions, but for seniors over 60, this delicacy could quietly be destroying your joints, your blood vessels, and your strength from the inside out. Despite its high price tag and fancy reputation, caviar is one of the most dangerous fish-derived foods for aging bodies, and hardly anyone is talking about it. Robert, 71, used to treat himself to small servings of caviar on weekends. It was his heart-healthy snack, loaded with omega-3s, or so he thought. But as time passed, he noticed something odd. His blood pressure readings started creeping up. His legs began to cramp more during his morning walks. His cardiologist adjusted his medication. Nothing worked. until a nutritionist took a closer look at his diet and pointed to the sodium content in his harmless weekend snack. Turns out, caviar wasn't helping him, it was silently hurting him. And here's why. Caviar is extremely high in sodium, averaging around 1,500 milligrams per 100 grams. That's nearly an entire day's worth of salt in just a few spoonfuls. Excess sodium is devastating for older adults. It dehydrates cells, strains the kidneys, increases calcium loss from bones, and tightens arteries. All of this adds up to poor circulation, leg swelling, cramping, and even higher risk of stroke. According to a study published in the American Journal of Hypertension, adults over 60 who consumed high-sodium animal products regularly had a 33% greater risk of elevated systolic pressure, the top number that reflects how hard your heart is working. If you truly want the benefits of fish roe, opt for salmon roe in minimal quantities and always rinse them first to reduce sodium. Or better yet, ditch the eggs entirely and choose clean omega-3 sources like wild-caught sardines or flaxseed oil capsules. But now that we've covered the worst offenders, it's time to flip the gears. Because up next are the 4 seafoods you absolutely should be eating to protect your legs, your joints, and your clarity after 60. And number 2 on that list? It's a non-fish seafood that boosts circulation, builds collagen, and is now being studied for its potential to reverse leg stiffness in just weeks. Stick around. Number 4. Sardines. Sardines may be small, but they're a collagen-saving powerhouse for anyone over 60. Packed with essential omega-3s, calcium, and vitamin D, these little fish support bone strength, joint flexibility, and nerve function without the toxic load of bigger predators. Jim, 66, never thought twice about his constant leg cramps and restless nights. He tried stretching, drinking water, and even magnesium pills. Nothing worked. One day, his daughter suggested he try adding sardines to his lunch a few times a week. Within weeks, his cramps lessened. A month later, they were gone. He felt more energetic, more mobile, and even noticed fewer aches after walks. What makes sardines especially beneficial is that they're eaten whole, bones, skin, and all, which means you're getting natural collagen, calcium, and trace minerals in a highly absorbable form. In a 2021 study from the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition, seniors who consumed oily fish, like sardines 3 times a week, had a 35% lower risk of sarcopenia, or age-related muscle loss. That's because sardines also contain EPA and DHA, the specific omega-3s that protect muscle cells from inflammation and atrophy. Even better, sardines are low on the food chain, which means minimal mercury risk. They're safe, affordable, and easy to store, whether fresh, canned in olive oil, or grilled. But if you think sardines are impressive, wait until you see the next fish. It's known for its heart-healing fats, but it has an even deeper benefit most seniors miss entirely. Number 3. Shark. There's a reason shark meat was once reserved for warriors in ancient cultures. It's dense, powerful, and packed with a specific profile of nutrients. But what most seniors don't know is that shark meat, when consumed in small, well-regulated amounts, can act like a natural joint protector and collagen supporter. That is, if you know exactly which kind and how often. Let's break it down. Shark meat is rich in omega-3 fatty acids, which are critical for reducing chronic inflammation that eats away at collagen and joint cartilage. It's also high in squalamine, a natural compound studied for its immune-boosting and anti-inflammatory effects. According to a 2016 study published in Frontiers in Pharmacology, squalamine showed significant suppression of pro-inflammatory markers like IL-6 and TNF-alpha, 2 compounds that spike in seniors with muscle pain and joint stiffness. But here's what makes shark different from other fish. Its unusually high collagen content in the connective tissues. When prepared correctly, small portions of shark, especially from species like dogfish or gummy shark, contain bioavailable peptides that may stimulate the body's own collagen production, particularly in skin, joints, and vascular tissues. This makes it a secret weapon for seniors battling sagging skin, weak knees, and calf cramps. Take Harold, 66. He tried cod, tilapia, and tuna for years, always thinking fish was just fish. But after reading about collagen-rich seafood, he started eating a portion of cooked dogfish shark once a week. He baked it with olive oil and lemon, served over greens. Within 6 weeks, he noticed fewer nighttime leg cramps, smoother knees, and even fewer wrinkles under his eyes. It wasn't magic. It was nutrition finally targeted to what his aging body needed. Now, one major warning: not all shark is safe. Larger species like mako and hammerhead are often dangerously high in mercury and should be avoided. But small species like dogfish or gummy shark, when sourced from clean waters, have lower toxin levels and higher nutrient density. Still, if you want the most light, nutrient-dense fish that seniors can eat daily for nerve health, muscle strength, and skin repair, then the next one on the list is so rare, it's considered a beauty food in parts of Asia and used in recovery diets for stroke patients. Number 2. Mackerel. If you're over 60 and still skipping mackerel because it's not as trendy as salmon, you might be missing out on one of the most powerful healing fish for aging muscles, joints, and nerves. Mackerel isn't just another oily fish, it's a clinical-grade nutrient bomb, packed with vitamin D, omega-3 fatty acids, selenium, and natural coenzyme Q10. Mackerel goes straight to work on inflammation, nerve transmission, and muscle repair. And unlike larger fish, it has low mercury levels, so it's safe even for daily eating. In a 2020 clinical trial published in Nutrients, older adults who added mackerel to their diet 3 times a week saw a 24% improvement in walking speed and leg strength in just 6 weeks. That's not a supplement. That's food, and it works faster than many over-the-counter cramp remedies or joint pills. Take Harold, 71. He'd always been a meat and potatoes guy, but after a painful hamstring cramp during a walk, his doctor mentioned muscle wasting linked to omega-3 deficiency. His wife started baking mackerel with lemon twice a week. 2 months later, Harold wasn't just walking. He was climbing stairs without grabbing the railing. The change was that fast. Mackerel's omega-3s help rebuild the lipid membranes that keep your nerves firing smoothly, while the vitamin D supports calcium absorption in your bones. And here's the kicker: unlike cod or tuna, mackerel also contains high levels of antioxidants that protect the blood vessels in your legs. That means better circulation, less stiffness, and reduced nighttime twitching. To make the most of mackerel, bake or grill it with olive oil, garlic, and lemon. Avoid frying, as high heat damages the delicate fats that make it medicinal. Even 1 or 2 meals per week can restore strength to muscles that haven't felt solid in years. But this next one isn't just medicinal, it's therapeutic for your joints and memory at the same time. Number 1. Mullet. If there's one fish that deserves more attention, especially from seniors, it's mullet. Not only is it incredibly rich in collagen-supporting nutrients, but it's also one of the cleanest, safest, and most bioavailable fish for people over 60. And yet, most people pass it over at the market, not realizing they're ignoring a golden ticket to stronger legs, clearer skin, and pain-free joints. Let's break down why mullet is a game-changer. First, mullet contains high levels of glycine, an amino acid critical for collagen synthesis in the body. Without enough glycine, your body literally can't stitch together the collagen it needs to keep skin firm, cartilage springy, and muscles recovering efficiently. According to a study published in Amino Acids, 2017, diets high in glycine improved collagen production by over 33% in aging subjects, helping restore tendon flexibility and reduce inflammatory joint damage. Now meet Denise, 70. After years of battling joint pain and losing confidence in her balance, she thought her walking days were numbered. But after her granddaughter suggested she try mullet, Denise began eating it grilled once a week, lightly seasoned with herbs and lemon. 6 weeks later, her physical therapist noticed she was moving faster. Denise had more stability in her knees, less stiffness in the morning, and her skin even looked brighter. She didn't change her medications. She just gave her body what it had been missing: collagen fuel in the form of real, digestible food. If you're going to add one fish to your weekly routine, make it mullet. Just 3 to 4 ounces, baked or steamed, is enough to support your joints, skin, and muscle repair without the risks that come with heavier toxin-rich fish. And there you have it, 4 dangerous fish that could be silently damaging your body after 60, and 4 powerful alternatives that can rebuild strength, sharpen your brain, and restore energy in ways supplements simply can't. The truth is, your body doesn't recover the same way it used to, but with the right foods, it can repair. You don't need to fear aging, you just need to outsmart it. And it starts with what's on your plate. Every single study we mentioned today is linked in the description below, so you can dive deeper and take control of your health with real science. But now we want to hear from you. What's the one fish you eat most often, and are you thinking about switching it up after watching this? Let us know in the comments. We read and reply to every single one. And if this video helped you, hit that like button, share it with someone over 60, and don't forget to subscribe for more practical health videos that actually make sense. Until next time, eat smart, stay strong, and take care of those legs. Share with us your experiences and opinions in the comments below. Thanks for watching.